Oh, they may be playing football, and the crowd is yelling, kill the referee. But no matter what the score, when the clock strikes 4, everything stops for tea.
Hi and welcome to Spill the Tea, the show for British expats and everybody that loves all things British. My name's Ian.
And my name's Dawn. I am the co-host today. What? That's me. We're also going to be talking about Haggis ice cream, holy moly, BFF with Eve Dawes, and of course the legendary Paul Zennon.
He's a bit of a legend.
Legendary.
He is. Now, of course, the thing is, you obviously do. We're very happy to have you here, Dawn.
Thank you very much.
But one of the main things, the reason why you're here, of course, is Sam is not.
Indeed.
And we would need to get a bit of a catch up on why Sam's not here. So rather than me kind of badly explain what's going on, we actually have Jim, her husband, online with us right now. So, Jim, are you there? Somewhere?
I'm hearing
you are. There you go. We see you. We see you. So, we obviously had Mary Wilson in last week to stand in for Sam. We've got Dawn this week. And I think it's probably a good idea just to kind of give us a little update on how Sam's doing and what's been going on.
Okay, so I'm your reporter on the scene here.
You are.
But again, thanks to Mary and Dawn for filling in, and we're so appreciative of you both. What's happened recently? Let me give you the 5-minute synopsis.
Okay.
About a week ago, both Samantha and I weren't feeling all that well, thinking we had maybe a stomach bug or had a meal that was a bit off, and we had a bit of a rough night a week ago Thursday, and we chalked it up to stomach bug. I recovered well. Samantha kind of lingered through the weekend. It kind of never went away, and by Sunday night, excruciating abdominal pain, to the point where the first thing we did in the morning was go straight to our doctor, who prescribed an antibiotic and said, if you're not better, go to the emergency room by 3 o'clock. And that was how we left our doctor's office on Monday morning. And by 3 o'clock, we were in the emergency room. Samantha was being tested for all various things that they would test people for in the emergency room, the blood tests and the scans and the CTs and the MRIs. And 4 hours later, we were to find out that she had to have emergency surgery on her small intestine. That there was something on the scan that showed up that spoke to the fact that there was no choice.
Just a second there, Jim. I've got a couple of people saying that they can't hear Jim.
Yeah,
Is that something that's...
I can't figure that out. So...
All right.
Quick fix. Just unplug him and then just have it bleeding to your mic.
Oh, Jeremy
Really?
just said volume is okay.
So, guys, just give us a little comment here just to make sure that we can hear Jim. Just anybody right there, just make sure that...
They can't. No, they can't.
They
Well,
can?
They
There's-
cannot. Unplug it and just have it bleed through your mic.
Okay, all right. Fair enough.
Not that one. The other one.
All right, stand by.
Erin says she can
Other one.
hear.
All right, I'm going to pull you a bit closer over here then.
Other one. Undo
All
the
right,
audio one,
that
please.
one.
Thank you.
A little buzz there. I'm going to take that down. There you go. All right, Jim. Let's. You know what? I actually have a feeling people had a bit of a sound issue there, so we're gonna kind of MacGyver this a little bit. So why don't you give us a little bit of a recap on the recap, just so that we can try this again. No, hold on, can't hear you now. All right, this is important stuff, people. So bear with us. Travis, do you have a way of assisting us here? We're going to get Travis in just to do this. Stand by, people.
Thanks, everyone, for the lovely messages for Sam so far, though. Thank you, Mick, and thank you, Erin. Well wishes to Sam.
All right. What do we got? We got you there, Jim? All right. Well, usually we don't actually have this kind of technical... Our technical issues are usually more comical ones. But we definitely want to make sure we got this one dialed in. And we're actually just... I guess we're calling back. Do we have Jim there? All right. Travis is under pressure a bit today. He's
feeling the heat.
He's feeling the heat. He's feeling the heat. And Jim's giving us all the verbals so that he can until we get heard there.
What tea are we drinking?
Can he say something?
Jim, have we got you there?
I'm here.
Is that working out?
No, it's not working out. Can we come back to him while I do this?
You know what? Let's just do that. If you can stand by for a bit on us there, Jim, then we're going to come back to you. It's just so we got to get the technical side of it figured out, and we'll move on. But just hang out with us for a minute, and we'll be coming back to you because we want to make sure. And just so you know, I mean, Sam's fine. We just want to let you guys know that we're not teeing you up for anything horrible here. She's doing totally fine, but it's definitely worth getting a bit of an update on what's going on. So moving on from that, just for a minute or two while Travis works on that. Hi.
Hello.
What's going on?
I've got a lovely cup of tea in the morning.
Well, you have. That's the important thing, isn't it?
I know. I've already got a question. What type of tea are we drinking today?
Good old Tetley's, I believe.
Oh, Tetley's tea.
Aye, good bit of Tetley's.
We have PG tips at home.
You do? Yeah, I got PG actually.
Tips, the triangles.
Exactly. A little update for everyone. So, hi Kevin. Good morning. Good morning, Sandy, Eileen, Mick. Good morning to you, Catherine. What do we got? Mike. Hey, Mike. How's it going? Good to see you, and at least to know you here. And Erin, Susan. But oh my gosh, there's so many people.
See?
Did you bring all your friends?
I did. Hi, Susan. Hi, Anna.
I think that's
Burley.
what you did. I think that's what you did. So now, thank you for coming and stepping in.
You're so welcome.
How have things been going with the British boutique since we spoke to you last?
Very good. We got an abundance of boxes, which is
Right.
always fun to have to sort through and figure out.
Nice.
And I've started bringing in our fall collection, aka autumn,
Right.
for the Brits,
Right.
including little popcorn
Look
chenille.
at it. Oh, so you've got all the terms, don't you?
Popcorn chenille.
All the terms. Now the one thing that we had talked about was the idea of actually you doing a bit of a British boutique little mini show directly on the Spill the Tea page.
Yeah, and actually maybe you guys watching can give us your own feedback of what kind of thing you'd like to know about. Like, because I know you've got your BFF already.
Right.
So I was thinking I could maybe give updates on fun things I found in the week.
But I think this should be good as a standalone show, not part of Spill the Tea. What do you think about that?
Ooh.
So therefore we would actually have 2 shows on the network. I just called it a network. It's on a page.
We've doubled the show.
Well, yeah.
Like that.
That's what I was
Holy
thinking.
moly.
And the thing is, guys, you see, we were going to be talking about this offline, but we sort of ran out of time. So we thought, well, we'll talk about it on the show.
You know.
Yeah.
That's what happens. We don't talk unless we're physically on the show.
Exactly. We're forced to be in the same spot.
And then we have to talk to
I
each
was
other.
thinking it'd be good that, like, let's say, I don't know, Tuesday at 11, which will mean that we have to finish by 11. There's probably better for Sam and I, because otherwise we can go on until 12. Or not necessarily that time, but a time that works for you.
Yeah.
That you go live to the page, and it's like the British Boutique show on the page.
I think that's fabulous.
Yeah?
Yeah. And then we could give everyone on Spill the Tea like a special little discount,
Boom.
a little coupon code,
I'm liking that.
a little voucher,
If
as
you will.
were.
So you just have to do it from home like you do, like you
Perfect.
always do.
Do I have to be wearing actual clothes or can I be in pajamas?
We'll go to the comments on that one and
Shall
see
we?
what they say.
No rude comments there. I did finish the sentence.
You did. No, and then I don't know if there's any, I mean, you can't just do specifically British stuff because that would just get boring after a week.
Yeah, but I do try and carry like a lot of British inspired things as well to bring new things into the American domain.
Right. Oh,
So
I'm hearing Bob Ross. Is that... In case
he's
you
just
heard
having
that.
fun down there.
All right. Well, I was just hearing Bob Ross in my.
Hi, Charlie from the UK. Where are you from in the UK? PJs for sure. I appreciate you guys because I do enjoy wearing PJs. And most of the clothes we actually sell at the British Boutique feel like you're actually wearing PJs, but you look presentable. That's how I like to roll.
Nicely put.
Hence the chenille.
So can we announce that then? This is official that we're going to do a show. We're going to do the British Boutique show.
Whoop, whoop.
When are we going to do it? Do you know yet, or do you want to think about that one?
What would work for? Well, let's have a vote. Let's have them vote.
I
Maybe
was
Friday
thinking,
or something.
Well, it could be any day. It could be any day.
Go
I
on.
mean,
Give us your thoughts.
My thought was if we did it Tuesday, then it could follow on from this.
Yes.
And then people can just hang out and have 2 cups of tea. And they
Have
go from
2
this
cups
very slick
of tea
episode
to an unslick episode.
Yeah, well, yeah, and actually it's funny, we've got, and do I have a gate on this, by the way, monsieur?
Not anymore.
I didn't think I did. We actually have Dan and Eddie in the studio as well, who are actually coming in to see how amazing this setup was and what we do here.
Good choice today.
You guys, oh, there you go. I can be heard better now. You guys know that sometimes this works a little better than this, but I think they actually brought the juju with them. So, it is what it is. How are we doing over there, Travis? Do we have things figured out yet?
I'm just trying to call him back.
All right. Okay. But, so we actually have those guys in the studio today as well. And we have, it's all gone a bit pear-shaped. So, no, I was thinking Tuesday, but would Tuesday work? We can change it.
Yeah.
Let's say Tuesday.
I don't know if my mic...
And then Dawn's out at the moment.
Oh, Dios.
Poor old Travis. You should put the camera on yourself. It's actually quite funny to be able to see how things are happening. Tell us about it, Travis.
Murphy's Law.
Murphy's Law?
Murphy's Law.
Yeah.
Give me a sec.
It's not working for you? All right. Well, as much as it's interesting watching you the whole time, you may want to just... There you go. It's perfect. So actually, one other thing that we can talk about prior to this all happening is a couple of weeks ago, we had a can of haggis on the show. As a special guest, we get all the big guests on the show, and I found this can of haggis, which just sounded like an abomination, and I was like, well, what do you do with that? So we figured that we would actually pass it on to somebody who might know what to do with it. Which is, our good friend Patrick, Amanda's husband Patrick. And are we going to be able to run a VT? Are you going to be queued up for that? Well, very good. So,
The haggis one?
yes, it will be that one. So we're going to take a look at what Patrick did with the haggis.
So, they say, give a man lemons, make lemonade. Give a man haggis in a can, make haggis ice cream.
Oh, no. Patrick, you got like 30 seconds. No, you're going to go through here. And we're going to be on the live.
Always pays. Can you hear me now?
Is he just getting bleed?
Did you make your bread?
Travis, do we have the gym back on?
Here's your haggis ice cream. Yummy.
So we have Patrick here. He's actually off the top of the clip at the moment. There you go. Actually, you know what? Why don't you...
Sit on your knee.
You could sit on my knee. This is definitely one of those make it up as you go along shows.
Sure is today, huh?
Sometimes they're slick, they're smooth, they're wonderful, and then other times
Don't
we
show that.
have haggis ice cream. So that was pretty nuts, actually, wasn't it?
It was a bit of a surprise.
It was a bit of a surprise.
But I thought, well, when you said, here, what can you do with that? I thought,
Ice
make
cream.
haggis ice cream.
So I see you've actually brought it in with you.
I have. I hope it's down to a nice temperature to...
Well,
We've actually got a lot of non-Brits watching right now, so maybe we could just give a quick summary of what haggis is.
Okay, so haggis in its real form is you take a sheep's stomach, and then you stuff it with leftover offal, which is the liver, the kidneys,
and it's awful.
it's offal. And then you have some barley and seasoning, and you stuff it into the sheep's stomach, and then you poach it.
That's exactly what I thought it was.
And,
So-
it's a pudding.
And well, it's a
It
pudding.
is not a pudding.
It is a pudding.
It is not. A pudding. So
It's not.
It makes perfect sense that you should be making ice cream out of this thing.
It's a pudding.
And we are going to be trying some.
You are.
So come on, serve us up then.
You brave folks.
Let's do it. And you lot over there. Oh, and Rachel's arrived. And we've got a whole party going on in here today. You guys are going to have to... Somebody's going to have to... I'm not sure how many cones we've got. We've got 4.
I got one up here that was pre-done. So
Well, give that one to Travis then.
Now I'm learning why I was told nothing about this show
Yep.
in advance.
And it's very evident that I knew nothing about it either. So, Travis, you should probably try it first, since you are the non-Brit.
Of course,
On
you
the-
need the nuts and the caramel.
We can all try it at once.
Because I
We
did make
can.
it with a salted
all
caramel
do it.
starter.
Could you
So
not have made me salted caramel just that?
I think you should get the
Oh, delightful.
This is not good.
Oh goodness.
All right.
This will make my
Oh, you're having
dad's
fun.
day.
Haggis ice cream, people.
I'm just eating the caramel right now.
first. Oh, you should go on for it.
Mick actually likes haggis. You're the one.
What?
Yeah.
That can't be true.
Yeah. Yeah, you did pick the right show to be on here this
There you
week.
go.
Yeah. Oh, look
Yeah.
at this. This
And I'll
is.
just do the other 2 for the guests over there.
Right?
Look
Look at your face.
All right. I'm. It's dripping.
Have you tried it yet?
Are we? Did you try it?
No, I just ate a
Travis,
nut.
are we doing this? Let's try it. Well, us 3 at least to start with. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Did you eat it?
Oh man, that's so
Amanda.
bad.
Amanda, pass that over.
This from
I've never. Oh,
So is this,
Oh.
so is this going to be a thing I should be doing?
No, it's
No?
definitely not a thing. You know what I would really like to have right now? Is Marmite soda. That's a good idea. Oh my god, this is horrible.
Quite beefy, isn't it?
This is. All right, I've got to take another bite.
Eddie.
no, you don't have to take
No,
another
I do. I do. He went to all this effort. He made the thing. We can't just have one bite.
It's
Make it a big bite, Dawn.
No,
it's a full meal.
you can have my full meal
I had
right
one before
here.
I came on.
I've never ever had haggis in my entire life because every single time that people talk about it, I'm like, that's gross.
Well, there was
Not
So-
doing it.
So the first time you have it is in the form of ice cream.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
You like it?
Andy likes it.
Well, let's
You
pass
like
ours
it?
down. You can have seconds right here.
We got a
Well,
napkin.
there was an MP on
Travis,
the
really
British
gay.
House of Commons.
Yeah.
And he was from
What?
Murray,
No gay.
Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
And he had tried, somebody had done haggis ice cream. And he said that in the House of Commons, because it was like they were doing eclectic foods, and he says, "Oh, you've got to try the haggis ice cream, it's better than sex."
Well, from
Wow.
the House of Commons, no
If-
less. Oh, thank you.
I'm not going to expand on that particular comment, but if it is better than that, then
I will put this in someone's package today. You're welcome.
oh my gosh. Adam says that
Wow.
Travis didn't try it. I don't think you tried enough, Travis.
Behind the mask, Travis.
Come on.
I want to see a full
Come on.
bite.
They want to see a
Get-
full bite. I
get-
took a bite.
Get you on there. There it is. Full bite.
Oh, my brother says haggis is nice as a dinner. There you go.
I tried the
And
third
he's
bite.
not from Scotland, so
Well, he's obviously cultured.
right.
No, bite.
Go on, get in there.
That was like an air bite, and this is not a good shot.
Oh, I'm reliving it through
God.
that.
You know, I have to say, Patrick, you are an amazing chef, and everything that you make, I want more of it.
Yeah.
So you
Except
the
this.
recipe? You
No.
yeah, good.
No. We don't. We definitely do not want that
So what's next
ever
week's can
again.
you're gonna give me?
No, I don't know. Guys, I recommend it. Try haggis ice cream. Get it at your local.
Get it in the British boutique.
Yes, Dawn will
We'll
be carrying
selling
it.
I'll be selling it too.
Wow. Well, with that, I think we're going to need a second to kind of get beyond the haggis ice cream. So this week we have BFF with Eve Dawes, and you know how sometimes Eve sends us the videos, right? And then I kind of top and tail them with the intro and the outro. Sometimes I put little kind of little drop-ins on there, little not droppings. Oh, that's what we just ate. Little kind of like
Literally.
words and.
Is that old
graphics and
laptop
things.
still trying to boot up?
What?
Nope. Go.
What? What is happening?
Just go. Finish.
Okay.
Go.
Anyway, so but on this particular video, I thought I'd add a few extra ones. So all I can say is, Eve, I'm very sorry about this.
Hey everyone, so we are back to talking beauty and skincare today, and this is for everyone, not just for the women. We did the booze, we did the fitness, so now we're going to tie into the skincare because it really should be different in the summer to in the winter, because in the winter we tend to use more retinols, we can do peels, we can do harsher kind of exfoliations. In the summer we really want to avoid those retinols because it can synthesize in the sun, and that's what's going to cause those brown spots and discoloration, which isn't really the look we're going for, and it's not great for the skin either. And the same with those peels and anything harsh on the skin. It's going to make the skin more sensitive in the sun, which we really don't. So ingredients you can look for are things like hyaluronic acid, which is brilliant year round, actually not just in summer. It's going to really help hydrate the skin and keep it nice and dewy and youthful. So besides just drinking your water, hyaluronic acid is a great ingredient for adding extra hydration. Vitamin C is also a brilliant ingredient to look for that brightening effect. I said brightening, didn't I? Brightening. I can enunciate, I'll get there. What else? Okay, so you're going to want to use your SPF, obviously, but when you're pulling out the SPF from the back of the drawer from last year, just check the expiration date or buy new ones, because when it's expired, you're not going to get the protection you need.
Hello?
And when it comes to
Hello?
reapplication, guys, you have this so easy. It's easy, right? Just shove it on.
Hey, you know
For
what?
a
I'm
woman,
back
putting
on-
it on
I'm
top
back-
of your makeup can be a bit of a
I'm back in the chat room on my other
there are a
device
couple of
right
ways
now,
around
as well
it,
as on it
because
with you on
obviously
phone
most
with
of these
you.
only last 2 hours, so after a couple of hours out in the sun or even indoors or in the car, you're still in the UV rays.
I
You
can
wanna
hear the
keep
show
topping up.
online right now.
So a couple of options are to use a powder with SPF, so you can apply that over your makeup, or you can use
Okay,
a setting
I
spray.
can hear the
So
show
rather
right
than just
now
using
on
a setting
my
spray in the
iPad. I'm
morning, you
back
can
on
keep
it.
applying it throughout the day without piling on more
Okay, bye.
makeup, so you don't get that cakey effect. Supergoop, Kate Somerville, and Cooler all do really good cruelty-free SPF setting sprays. That is it for me this week. If you have any topics you want to cover, drop them in the Facebook comments. I will answer them. I will get back to them. I'm always looking for new subject ideas, and I want to create content for you. So have an amazing day, and I will see you all next week.
I got a little carried away there, but I hope you forgive me. It was all in the best possible taste, as the late and great Kenny Everett would say. So now, obviously, I'm sure you can imagine in background we've been kind of playing around with various technical things. I'm not sure if we have anyone. Do we have anyone, Travis?
We have Jim.
We have Jim. There's Jim. Can you hear us, Jim?
Hear you. Can you hear me?
I can. We can. You're a little glitchy, but I'm hoping I can hear you. Can everybody else hear you out there, Travis?
We should.
Sandy says we can hear Jim as well.
Okay, great. All right, so let's just back up from where we were at, and so at the beginning of the show we mentioned obviously we got Dawn in, we had Mary Wilson as our host last week, and Jim was attempting to give us a little kind of summary and a rundown on how Sam is and what's been going on this last week, rather than me badly trying to explain it to you guys. So we're going to go back to Jim now. We're going to hand it over to him so he can give us the update. So from the top there, Mr. Jim.
Hi, Ian. How are you?
Doing great, mate.
So the nutshell is we thought what we thought was a stomach bug condition that carried through the weekend ended up becoming a surprise for us Monday evening at 9 p.m. when at the emergency room the doctor said Samantha is having emergency surgery now. And that was the last I saw her, was Monday evening at 9 p.m. when she went in for emergency surgery, and I just picked her up from the hospital literally a day and a half ago. What happened was she had a burst appendix and complications related to appendicitis. And it was very dangerous and very scary, and we had no choice in the matter, and she was in the hospital on her own for the surgery and for the remaining week after.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and because of the pandemic, there were no visitors, including myself, allowed in the hotel, in the hospital at all.
It was a nice
Her
hospital,
room-
I gather, though, right?
Her room was like a hotel room. It was a suite. Yeah, it was pretty amazing. I would have stayed there and it would have been comfy.
there you go. So now Sam is home now. She came back, you say Sunday night?
She's home now and recovering.
Yeah.
And I can hear her in the back room right now trying to tell me what to do technically. And in
Hey,
true fashion.
Could you ask her to tell us to do what to do technically, please, today?
Well,
So,
I'm in true fashioning, not paying attention right now.
well,
As husbands do.
and us as well,
Right.
apparently. So clearly Sam is missed on many levels. She's the glue.
She is.
She
we
is the
wish
glue.
you the most splendid recovery.
Yes,
and all
indeed.
the
Well,
well
we're-
wishes.
You know, we're on the way to recovery, and this was quite scary and quite a dangerous condition to have.
Yes.
And we're really lucky. We're all really lucky.
No, absolutely. I know last Monday night it was we were obviously texting and chatting amongst ourselves, and it was all very concerning. And when we found out Tuesday afternoon that everything was great and everything was good, I mean there was a huge amount of relief around here. So we're so happy for that, and we miss her tons, but obviously we want to make sure that she's getting well and recovering. And I got a message from her last night just saying that she's going to kick this out of the park and just make this like superhuman, super fast recovery. So, and
Needs fish and chips again.
she does need fish and chips.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the worst of it's behind us, and it's all recovery from here.
That's great. That's fantastic. Well, Jim, thank you for bearing with us, and thank you for joining us today to be able to give us that update. There's no way that I would have wanted to have tried to describe that to you. And of course, the guys that watch, I mean, we've got a bunch of new people on today, but we have a lot of people that have been staying with us for a while and have really built a good relationship with the show, and of course with Sam as well. So I know that they wanted to hear how she was doing, or really what was going on as well. So we'll see her back in, I guess, typically speaking, a few weeks, but knowing Sam, it'll be in a week or two. I mean, that's
Yep, and we appreciate everyone's support. Everyone's support means so much to us. So thank you, everybody.
No, absolutely, and please do send her our love, and we'll be seeing you and her very soon, and speedy recovery, my friend,
And lots of cups of tea.
and lots of cups of tea. But thanks so much, Jim. We really appreciate you joining us.
All right. Thank you,
All right, mate,
guys.
take
Bye-bye.
care. See you then. Bye. So yeah, there you go. It was
It's a painful thing as well.
it was definitely quite a big deal.
Yeah,
I mean,
my
it
gran
is.
had it when she was like elderly, and it was a huge thing because people hear of burst appendix because it's quite a common thing,
Right.
but it's still a dangerous thing.
Yeah, if they don't get to it in time, you basically poison yourself.
Yeah, and I can't imagine now with COVID as well,
Yeah.
being in a hospital by yourself without family around.
No,
so
I know.
She's
It's
a
ridiculous.
brave one.
Yes, indeed. Mike said she's just did this to avoid having to eat the Haggis ice cream. I think you're probably right.
6 of one, half a dozen of the other. She might have made the right call.
We may be in recovery with her anytime
Right?
soon after
She's
that.
live from the hospital bed next week.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. Wow. So,
Sheffield strong.
Sheffield
Robin.
strong. That's exactly it.
That's for you, Sam.
So on this magical mystery tour of Spill the Tea this week, we have no idea if there's actually another guest going to be following on from that right now. So let's see what Travis is saying. Tell us about it, Travis. Oh, well, look at that.
Look at that delightful back garden.
Can you hear us, Paul?
I can hear you. I can't see you. And I hear it's all going very well.
It's going swimmingly well.
I remember my agent saying years ago, she said, Paul, play your cards right. And if you're any good, one day I might be able to get you a gig on a show from Las Vegas where there's a few technical hitches, but you follow an item about a burst appendix and some Haggis ice cream. And at the time, it just seemed like a dream.
Right? And here you are.
And here you are.
Congratulations.
Yes, it's always good to follow on numbers like that, isn't it? Sort of illness, bad food.
Made a career of it, yeah.
And well, you are looking fabulous, I must say, and your surroundings there are just incredibly
Delightful.
idyllic.
It's not really the kind of urban street image that I've created over the years, is it really? But I got a new house just before the the pandemic struck, and so I've been locked down here. So it's actually the garden's been a godsend, you know. So I didn't have a garden at the other place, but over the years, a lot of people have said, you know, do you use plants in the audience as a magician? Now it's literally that's my audience for the past 4 months. Just plants.
But you've been, I mean, all saying that, you've actually been able to get back to a little bit of sort of normality in the sense that you are a regular on Countdown in Dictionary Corner.
No.
You got what's that? You got the Countdown mug there?
Yeah, I've got the teapot indoors as well that I stole. That's all given to people that win. So
you
I've
pikey.
never got one.
Oh well, there you go. So, but now they went back. They've gone back to recording and doing the shows.
Yeah. It was the first gig I've done since February. Actually, I was in Singapore in February of all places, and it was at the start of the COVID thing because they had it over there first. So I came back to the UK and everybody's staying away from me, going, "Oh, you might have it," and now it's 10 times worse here than it ever was there. You know.
Well, exactly. You should have stayed over there.
Yeah, so I mean, you get a bit rusty, and so I ended up doing Countdown last week, and they did well, you know, in the studio, there's generally I'm sat next to Susie Dent, and then just over there, there's the Rachel Riley, and the contestants of this side of me, and Nick Hewer. So we're fairly well spaced anyway, but they've kind of doubled up that spacing now, so it's quite weird, you know, because the audience are normally miles away anyway, but there was no audience at all this time. So, but strangely enough, the reactions to the tricks were better than the usual audience. What does that tell you about the usual audience?
And I have to say, I'm loving the sound of the seagulls in the background right now.
Oh yeah, I just put that on for atmosphere, to be honest.
Yeah.
Don't eat any chips. They'll steal them.
Because you are down on the south coast there, so you're
I'm
you're in
sunny Brighton.
Sunny Brighton.
Yes, yeah.
Isn't that great?
But yeah, so we recorded 5 episodes a day of Countdown, which we did, and then so I stayed over in the hotel that night, and I got woken up the next morning, a call from the producer saying the next guest, who shall remain nameless, hasn't turned up. He thought it was tomorrow, so he's still in London. We're in Manchester or Salford. So can you do another 5 episodes? And so I'm thinking, well, I've used all my material up, because I generally have one spare routine, one spare trick, but I'd had a bit of a prop malfunction the day before, so I'd already used that. So I had to kind of cobble together what I'm basically doing is excusing for the last 5 episodes will be about as seamless as yours today.
Excellent.
Well, and in the theme of that seamless work, it's great because you've also established a great career as a ventriloquist at this point, because we have got you as a freeze frame now. Fortunately, there you go. It's beautiful. Fortunately, it's a very demure one. It's nothing one of those horrible ones that you wish you just were one frame on from. But we can
tell you
still
what,
hear.
with the pandemic, it's magicians kind of have it tough because they'll be the last back to work basically, because they have to kind of hand cards to people or get people to sign things or borrow cash. So but actually, it's really the ventriloquists that I feel sorry for. Imagine them when they go back to work, where for the sake of topicality, the puppet will be there wearing a mask and the ventriloquist have a mask. And go, what the hell's going on? Is he any good? I don't know.
There might be a lot more of them out there now, because suddenly that career has become a lot easier to pick up.
Absolutely,
you can't see it move.
Marvelous, possibly. Yeah.
You're amazing. It's true. But now the whole thing with Countdown is a bit of a milestone for you, I believe. You're actually celebrating 40 years of being on the telly. Is that right?
Yeah, it was total coincidence. I was looking through some old stuff and preparing some material for Countdown, and suddenly I found this old letter thanking me for appearing on a kids show back in 1980, and that was my first TV show. It was a thing called Fun Factory, which was a Saturday morning live thing. It was basically filling in for the summer holidays for Tiswas, if you remember Tiswas. Everybody remembers Tiswas.
Of course.
And it was done from Granada Studios in Manchester, or rather a warehouse outside the studios. And I'm trying to think who was on it. There was Jeremy Beadle. It was his first TV job as a presenter.
Right.
There was a Professor Wilf Lunn. I don't know if you remember from Vision On. Do you remember Vision On?
I remember Vision On, yeah.
Yeah, there was a mad professor who used to make all these kind of Heath Robinson machines, where like a mousetrap game type thing. And he had a strobe and coloured glasses and a curly moustache. But that was Professor Wilf Lunn. He used to blow things up a lot. Good conversation about that at the time.
Oh, nice.
And there was, I'm trying to think band wise of that era. There was John Fox was on. John Fox, who was originally in Ultravox. I ended
Oh,
up having
okay.
breakfast with him. Bearing in mind, I was only a kid at this point, sort of youngish teenager.
Yeah.
And I met Pete Shelley from the Buzzcocks, and there's a group called the Barracudas, and also the Piranhas, staying on the fish theme. Do you remember Tom Hark by the Piranhas?
I actually do. Even though you've actually sung it, I'm surprised I was able to recognise it.
And actually, Bob Grover, who's known as Boring Bob Grover, the singer, he's still a mate of mine, lives in Brighton. So,
how funny.
So all of that was 40 years ago. And then actually another anniversary, it's 30 years ago since the first kids series I did myself, but rather than a one-off appearance. It was a children's program called Tricky Business, which is kind of a comedy drama magic shop. And we did a couple of years of that, and then moved on to a thing called Tricks and Tracks. Do you remember that, Beth?
Yes.
Do I remember Tricks and Tracks? You remember Tricks and Tracks?
I do.
That's weird. Because,
Really?
Yeah. Well, there's a reason that, of course, myself and Amanda would remember Tricks and Tracks because we were on it with you. So,
and you were my robotic assistant.
I know, and all these people out there are still wondering what the hell that they're talking about. One of these days, people. One of these days, I'll share it with you.
A little clip.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
Well, Tricks and Tracks was kind of, as the name suggests, magic and pop music show. So we had guest pop groups every week of singers. No one famous really, was there? Apart
No, there wasn't. Take
Kim
That.
Wilde was on.
Kim Wilde.
Take That's first show, wasn't it?
It was their first television appearance.
Take That was my first cassette tape album.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It was, they did It Only Takes a Minute. As
Only
in,
takes a
Yeah, that's
minute
right.
go.
There it is.
I
Yeah.
remember saying at the time, because we say who we got next week, and it's something we hadn't heard of usually. And they'd been around for a while at that point, but just doing magazine interviews and their stuff appearing on the radio and whatever. I said, who we got next week? They said it's a band called Take That. I said, no, they've been around a while now. If they don't make it now, they might as well give up. So,
exactly.
Mr. A&R.
I know. No, and then we had we had the only other person I've
That's
seen
why I'm wearing this as well.
did what now?
This is why I'm wearing this particular shirt as well.
You're
because
still
this
on a
is the
freeze
first
frame.
made appearance.
Oh yeah,
right,
but that
so-
no, I know, but I can still see
I'll
it.
still
It's,
be wearing the same shirt, won't I?
well, that's
Yeah.
true.
It's true. We can see it.
I haven't suddenly nipped off and changed while I've been frozen.
Wild, mean, fairly hip kid. Yes, that is
Yes,
is quite a classic.
Which, if anybody not from the UK, you know, well, you won't know that it's Fairy Liquid is the world the best known brand of washing up liquid.
Mild
do you remember
green
the tune
Fairy
from the
Liquid.
advert? That's right. Hands that do dishes can feel soft as your face with mild green Fairy Liquid.
Liquid.
So now both of you have
Yeah.
sung on the show. This is devolved in just a complete ridiculousness.
I don't hesitate. I'll take any opportunity.
As a career professional, Paul, you are clearly known for your singing talents.
Well, you know what? I figured that after the past 4 months with no work, my career's pretty much over. I don't care anymore. There's nothing to bring down.
This is true. This is true. And actually, speaking of t-shirts, I think you'll find this is your t-shirt.
Yeah, I did see a picture. I can't see it now, but I did see a picture before, and it is my t-shirt, which
Yeah,
is a bit
you left
ironic
that.
considering what it says on it. You've
Well,
stolen
I
I
know.
my
feel a little
t-shirt.
bit left out, honestly, Paul. I don't have a T-shirt of yours just lying around to wear.
Well, he left it at my house when he was in Las Vegas the last time.
I don't care whether it's fair or not. I'm just saying.
I'll send
I'm
you
left
one. I'll
out.
send you
Thank
one.
you, Paul. I
I'll see
appreciate that.
I'll see if I can find
It's
something
the,
else that he left.
See, that's the other reason for wearing
Behave.
this, because I know, Dawn, that you're involved in the fashion industry and haute couture, so I thought we needed
Yes.
some balance on the show to bring it back down from that.
Oh, there's no balance today.
I could have
mate.
worn
Trust
my
me.
sarcastic graphic tee had I known there was a T-shirt theme going on.
Well, hey, yeah,
You
The
know.
last time I watched Piff was on the show, Piff the Magic Dragon.
that's
I'm
right.
the
And
voiceover for
he was
Piff.
talking about this, have you?
I
Yeah,
am.
He was
It's,
talking about that shirt. Actually, that's true. He
which
wanted
is
it.
weird because he remembered it from whatever it was 17 years ago on that program, which is
He-
he's a strange
He
man.
wanted to buy that shirt. So Piff the Magic Dragon, if he gets to see this, I hope he doesn't. It's not the best example of our show, but if he does, I mean, it is because you're on it. Obviously,
Oh,
I
thanks.
just completely
And he'll be
trashed the
like-
guest there.
He's like, oh, I get to listen to that voice every single night.
Yes, but he wants that shirt, so it's
Well,
out there.
1 million
Yeah,
pounds.
I'm a bit too attached to it, really, but I might stick it on eBay at some point.
Times
We'll
are
see how
hard.
how
Times are
long the
hard.
pandemic lasts. Yes.
I think you should build one of these garden pubs in your back garden. Have you seen this?
It's funny you should say that, actually,
Right?
because in my old place, I built a bar in the basement.
Yes, you did.
Which we named the Fool and Bladder. And
It was a very
and as-
bizarre tiki bar.
That's
yeah,
amazing.
that's right. Well, that's what I'm going to do similarly here. Just off to one side, I've taken out the bathroom. I'm going to put big French doors in here, so it can out on the garden. That's going to be a tiki room. And then the other side of the garden, I'm kind of building this kind of shack, this shelter, out of old fairground bits and pieces.
All right, I'm coming
And
round.
so that's going to be my bar. And only the other day, I brought the front from the bar from the other place to here, and it's now sat up there. So quite apt. Yes, we'll see you next year.
That's perfect. I love that.
That'll be
Who
fun.
needs a bathroom when you've got a bar?
He doesn't. I know that for sure.
I mean, I know which one I'd pick.
One generally ties the other, but still.
That's awesome. What's your favourite tiki drink?
Oh, tiki drink. I would say probably a Mai Tai, maybe. I don't know.
A what now?
A Mai Tai.
A Mai Tai?
A Mai Tai, yeah. But anything that I'm not particularly keen on sweet ones. So anything, but in fact, last time I was over, we went to that fantastic tiki bar, didn't we?
Yeah, the Golden
what's it called?
Tiki.
The Golden Tiki, which is one of my favourite places in Vegas.
It was like taking you to Disneyland for the first time, wasn't it?
It
You were very
was.
happy about that.
You know, it's like a kid's ride with alcohol. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
We went to one in San Francisco and it had like a rainfall in the middle.
Oh, nice.
I was like,
Yeah.
what is happening? There you go. Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
Rainfall in your tiki bar.
And actually,
Well, the
Paul
reason-
builds one outside. He'll have a water
Right.
feature with rainfall
Every day.
almost every day.
Well, funny you should say that too, because just over here, I'm going to put a pond in. I thought about it. I thought, actually, it just sounds a bit pedestrian. I'm near the sea here. I'm going to have a bloody lagoon. I'm going to have a lagoon. here.
Lagoon.
And I thought I might get a little kind of volcano feature in a minute. Yeah.
You can be the new Las Vegas
It's a bit my
Strip.
obsession with tiki stuff.
This is going to be amazing.
think,
An active
gonna be fun.
You know,
volcano.
where this all started was when I was a kid. I used to go to holiday camps, either with my parents or my grandmother, and we used to go to Butlins at various sort of resorts like Filey. or
I
whatever.
used to go
And
to
they-
Butlins.
Yeah, well, do you remember they all had a beachcomber bar? It was always called a
Yeah.
beachcomber bar, and it was full of like nets and plastic lobsters, and it had a kind of water feature little running through it. And it had a white perspex ceiling with a very slow strobe behind it, so it looked like lightning. And a reel-to-reel tape recorder with thunder in the distance.
Nice. You're going to do that, aren't you?
Yes.
Boom Fernie. And I was kind of obsessed with all that.
Oh,
Tell the other thing
we're losing him.
what happens,
I
sit
was
out
surprised he
there,
hung
have
on
a
that
couple of
long.
those, I think, I'm going to build a lagoon.
Build a lagoon
Build a lagoon.
with thunder and
Craziest
lightning.
phrase, actually.
Well, listen, Paul. We've been hanging on by our fingernails so far
Yeah.
on this show today, and you froze up. You're also in a fairly decent pose right now. It's not
It's
too
not got
embarrassing.
unnoticed.
It's got no, yeah, exactly. And then your audio is just starting to fade now. So in the I think we're probably sort of quit while we're extremely behind.
I think
So
what he was
am
going to
I.
say next was he was going to offer an invitation for everyone to come visit the Tiki Bar next year when it's open.
I'm just going. He doesn't have to
Pretty
invite
sure
me. I'm just going to
that's
show
what was
up.
going to happen next.
I don't actually know where you live right now, though. So that's the only
I'll
thing.
find out. Don't worry.
All right.
I'll find out.
Well, and what we'll do, Paul, is because there was a ton of things I wanted to chat with you about, and we didn't get the chance to do that. But we'll have you back on if it can fit it into the schedule of lockdown and everything else that's going on. But at the same time, it's always great to have a catch up with you. I haven't seen you physically for now 2 or 3 years, I think, since the last time you were here. So we've got to fix that soon, as soon as we can actually start traveling again.
Yes.
But cheers, mate, for being on. If you're still there. No. Well, I guess he popped off. But that was Paul Zenon and
Legendary.
legendary Paul Zenon.
We used to go to
40 years on
Butlins
television.
like every summer with my dad.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It
never
was
did
like
the Butlins
it was
thing.
our family holiday, and I talk about it sometimes on our lives, and of course, no one has any idea what I'm talking about, including Jeremy, because there's
Yeah.
no way to actually describe Butlins unless you've been there.
No, I did a couple of shows there, but I never actually went for
It was
a
brilliant.
vacation.
I've got all the songs for next time, guys. I'll bring the Butlins, like all the songs that you sing in the kids' club. Oh yes.
Well, that's the last time Dawn will be joining us as a co-host on Spill. No, I'm just listen. At this point, I think we're just going to kind of call it a day because I think we've had as many issues as we could possibly have. Oh well, he'll know then.
Butlins for you.
Indeed. But thank you.
You're welcome
for being part of this.
Thanks for having me.
Whatever it was.
Right. Thanks for forcing me to eat haggis ice cream.
You're going to come back next week?
Sure.
All right.
Let's have different treats though. I might bring my own treats, just in case.
Yeah, well, we might actually have to do that.
I almost brought sugar-free candy today.
Oh, God. We should have done. You could have had it as like a chaser to that.
Well, I chased with the caramel sauce.
That was impressive. You're going to have a sugar rush for the rest of the day.
I'm always on a sugar rush. That's how I get through the whole day.
Oh, jeez.
All the time.
Oh, my gosh. Well,
but yeah, maybe I'll bring some sugar-free sweets next week. I was actually trying some cola bottles and I was like, I can't taste the difference. Oh, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find cola bottles and sugar-free and I'm going to see if you can tell the difference.
We'll do it. Taste test.
Challenge accepted.
So hopefully by next week we'll have got some of the gremlins out of here. What show number is this now?
46.
It's show 46. You thought we would have figured it out by now, but nope. If it's the first time watching, it's honestly better than this normally. And if you'd like to see it again, press the like, press the follow. I wouldn't worry about the sharing this week. We'll leave that one. But do join us next week, where I think Dawn's going to be here.
I'll be back.
You have to fight for that seat with Mary Wilson because she wants your seat right there. So we can do that. And we didn't get to the comments so much today. We'll definitely get to those next week. But again, thank you so much for all the comments. We always love your interactions with us. And we'll I don't know. We'll see you next week. All right, Travis. Let's do that. All right. We'll have a great week, everyone, and we'll see you next week on Spill the Tea.
Tea.
Bye.